Hello everyone and welcome to day 3 of pre-season testing, and we are here in the beautiful Netherlands or Holland or whatever you like to call them. We're in Zandvoort, as you can see then, and a lovely track indeed it is. I've got to say, this is an absolute cracking of a track, it really is. The only problem is that I don't know where I'm going when I race around here, so obviously a bit more practice is in order, isn't it? We've also got Michael right on it straight away, isn't he? Goodness me, giving me a good old wave straight away then, give me a hand so to speak then. Oh gosh. Anyway then, is we are just on board with Emerson at the moment. As I said last night, runner up in the World Championship last year, let's talk about it again, shall we? The bridesmaid but never the bride. Hopefully he can change that this season, but I've got to say there's a formidable opponent. It is the man he's got to beat, and that is Granty. So just on board with Mumford. I've got to say, I'm really impressed with Mumford so far. It's been absolutely spectacular, it really has. It's been great stuff then, and we're just now watching Milan there, as Bailey has just said Sneaky was looking for ALR Live. Of course, I'm not on ALR Live yet because this is more of a test really to see how good or crap the stream is really. But there you go. And also, I don't use language like that on ALR either because, of course, I'm very PC on ALR because you know, I have to be professional. Talking of professionalism, here comes Milan then making his debut, isn't he, this Sunday for ALR. Yes, for ALR and also for Alfa Romeo as well. So really looking forward to see what this man could do in the Constructors' Cup. He was absolutely spectacular, wasn't he? And really impressive stuff indeed then. As we've just got Young Lights there going, ALR is back. I think he's excited. We're just watching Milan there as he comes into the very Mickey Mouse chicane there. I've got to say, it's a very horrific chicane indeed, isn't it? I'm trying to work out. I had the same problem I had last night where I can't find my Facebook stream now, which is very good, isn't it? As always, I am very professional in what I do, so standard stuff really, isn't it? Just watching Milan, and he goes across the line. He's done it 09, 2, 3, 1 there. I've got to say, the times around here are absolutely electric. Emerson has gone second fast at the moment. Remember, this is just pre-season. This is it's good for the first time ever. We are streaming pre-season of ALR. Of course, this is our 4th season this season, and this is our 3rd time on a Formula 1 game. And of course, we was on the Formula 1 game in 2018, 2019 and 2020 as well. Good stuff indeed then. As Nunda saying, is there another day of testing? I would love to attend one. I don't know, to be honest. I've got to say a big shout out to the drivers. Oh, and Energetics there. Oh dear, he's having a problem with that racing point there, isn't he? He is cutting the grass there. He is part of Bottas's mowing, isn't he? I've got to say big props to the drivers who have arranged this. Well done indeed there. Really good stuff from Young Lights, from Sam and Kingdom as well. They all arranged this, haven't they, off their own backs there, and it's really good stuff indeed there because it actually shows how stable the game is as well. Here comes Gunnar. He is sent fast mode in the AlphaTauri. Lovely stuff indeed there from Gunnar, and of course I've got to be very nice to Gunnar today, as I was very argumentative towards him yesterday. But yeah, Nunda asking about if there's going to be another session. Hopefully there will be another session, as we're on board with Young Lights and they're flicking it through the curbs then. Yeah, hopefully there'll be another session. It does depend on the drive as well. Just keep an eye out on Discord. That is where it's all being arranged. There's 17 cars in this one. Nunda, if you're on now, you could probably jump in and see if we can get a race on the go then. 2 DR stones around here. We're just watching Young Lights out. Oh, taking a bit of the grass there as well. Getting very wide berth there indeed. Goodness me then. As you just got to keep an eye on what Young Lights can do then. Indeed then. Oh gosh, I finally found my Facebook stream. I'm really happy about life now. But yeah. Oh, no, I ain't. No, that's something else. Oh, no, I've marked as a COVID update. Oh, gosh. Well, there we go. Standard. Yeah, technology, you got to love it, haven't you? Here comes Curly Red then, and he is in the Williams there. Of course, the Williams there, unfortunately, have lost their rocket sponsorship, haven't they? Which is such a shame for the Williams team, isn't it? Hopefully they can have a title sponsor instead of their actual name on the rear wing. That would be really good stuff indeed, wouldn't it? On board the Williams there, and you can see We Racers won there with the rainbow on the halo there. Good stuff indeed there. A great message from all of Formula 1 then. Curly Red there has thrown a message of his own, right, hasn't he? And he's gone up to 9th fast at the moment now. This is full qualifying, so this is a proper race simulation weekend here tonight. So let's see what is going to happen then. Ayrton out on track as well, and Ayrton in the Mercedes, and lovely helmet design there from Ayrton. And we've got some more helmet designs here tonight. Here comes Marks Mello. By the way, I absolutely love that name. That's one of the best names you will ever see. I love that name. It's brilliant stuff indeed then. And here we're on board with the Haas driver as well then. A lovely shot here from the T-cam then. You got yellow flags right in front of us. I'm still trying to get the corner turns, all that kind of stuff right around here. It's an old school track, isn't it? Zandvoort. It's great to have it back on the calendar. I think it's a bit too short for my liking. Well, not as short as Austria though, is it? Because of course we're in the 104s, 103s for Austria, isn't it? But of course here we're in the 19s, 110s. Marks Mello is in the 10 flats then. Good stuff indeed then. The champion Granty there is just winding himself up. We're on board. Granty, lovely pink helmet. Once again, he has been drawn in the Williams. That is free for free. In every ALR draw he's been in, he has been drawn in that Williams, hasn't he? Of course, he did drive for Renault after 2 races in season 2, and really got the constructors championship won for the Renault team, didn't he? Good stuff indeed there. Granty in every single ALR season he has been in has been the world champion, hasn't he? Season 2 world champion, season 3 world champion, constructors champion with the Renault team, and also the constructors champion with the Williams as well. And Williams are going to be a formidable team. They're going to be the team to beat, aren't they? With Lost Souls there, also partner him as well. Of course, Lost Souls making the jump up from the silver tier. So really good stuff indeed to see what Lost Souls can do. Remember, Alhan Androthas is also coming up as well. So really good stuff indeed then. Here comes Sam. Sam is invalidated this time, so he's going to have to go around again then. I think Sam is looking fairly happy actually with the car around here. Or maybe not then, as he has gone slightly off. And here comes Camaro Racer. And he is coming over the banked final turn as well. And look at that set. I got to say, I love that final back turn. It's really good stuff indeed. I'm expecting some amazing action there. Well, I hope I am anyway. As a camera goes into night fast mode in the Ferrari. Lovely stuff indeed then. Of course, we also got Sean Hammers in the session as well. We've got a mixture of gold, silver and bronze here tonight. So it's actually really good stuff indeed actually to see what everyone else says. Oh, Mike is there off the track there. He's oh dear, he's just gone slightly wide there, hasn't he? And oh, sorry, I've hit the telemetry off. I'm getting too excited. Oh, Young Lights there. Goodness me there. He is fighting that car. He is wrestling an octopus in that car, isn't he? Goodness me, the amount of times he was steering that wheel. Goodness gracious me then. And he is now coming into the final part of the lap as well. Granty is also is come back in the pits as well at the moment. Milan is actually the man who is the benchmark out there at the moment. Good stuff indeed there. Sam there is just crawling back to the pits then, as I think he's just getting out of the way of the Williams there, isn't he? FIFA Beefy, who was he's lost the whole of the front wing now. Goodness me then. So the Red Bull there is having some kind of issue there, and I hope he gets this. Oh my gosh, they're coming. This is going to be a formidable race, isn't it? Remember, this is round 5 where ALR has gone back to the official calendar for next season, which there's another Mercedes there just getting out of the way. We're on board mistaken you for. Oh, lovely helmet. Oh, what's that? That was a Renault, was it? It was Young Lights there, who was having a couple of issues there, isn't he? So he's just come back on track as well. Sorry, I've got a little monster again there. I gotta say, I finished work at 4 today then, so I was really up for it. Oh goodness me, I was really up for this for the session then. But my goodness me, I fell asleep about 4:05, and my goodness me, Sam there is very much testing the limits of this Mercedes car, isn't he? Lovely stuff indeed then. Hopefully we'll get the update soon, so the Mercedes will become the black car, of course, as they have changed their colour schemes for this season. Lovely shot here again, and you can see that over helicam shot here. Beautiful stuff indeed then. So hopefully we get the patch very soon then. I was excited the other week actually, because I thought patch 4 would be the update for the Mercedes car, but it's not. It was about the time trial, which I really wish they didn't fix that, because I've also been I now know that I am very much well off the pace on this game, so I have my head in shame. And here comes Sam. He is not off the pace, is he? He has done a 10-3. Good stuff indeed there for Sam. Lovely stuff. And this is day 3 of testing here in ALR. If you're If you're just joining us then and wondering what's going on, yes, this is just testing then, as we are now in the final countdown. It's Curly right there, 2/10 of a second up there into the first sector. Lovely stuff indeed there from Curly, and good stuff indeed then. Of course, a 69-second lap this is. It's very quick around here. So sector 2 is coming up just out of this corner here then, as this is the second DRS straight. There's 2 DRS straights on here on this course then, and he's 2/10 of a second up again. And look how dusty and dirty it is offline here. It's going to be it's probably very challenging indeed, isn't it? Especially to get the purchase there of the Oda blacktop, isn't it? And here comes Curly Red there, coming through the final turns. A lovely shot there. Look at that. That's absolutely stupendous stuff. It really is there, isn't it? He comes over the line, and Curly Red has improved by 2/10 of a second then. He stays in 12th position, but he should be fine then. Ayrton is invaded. Someone's going to go around again, and we've got 4 minutes. Sorry, no, we've got 6 minutes to go. Gunnar there in the AlphaTauri as well then. Lovely stuff indeed then. We're just watching Ayrton then, who's just coming out turn 1 there. So let's go on board for Ayrton. He's done a 12.3. Let's see what he can do then. Granty, of course, the champion, has just said, hello, my husband now. Good stuff indeed then. Hasn't actually appeared on the old comments in my laptop there, but oh well. I don't really care about that part at the moment anyway. But yes, but I do care about Granty's coming there. Great to have you along with us, Granty. I don't know about the man who is defending his crown once again then. He hasn't been defeated, as I said, he hasn't been beaten in ALR since he made his debut, has he, in terms of championship. And there's a Haas who is off the track just around this corner here, and I'm not sure who that was there, but having a couple of issues. I think was that Marshmallow there, that might have been. So having a bit of a rough ride at the moment. We've got 5 minutes to go then. That's FIFA Beefy, who's also on track as well. Knowlesy then, who was Oh, we got a bit of debris there at the moment. Ayrton's going to have to dodge those debris there. And now we got Curly Red there, who's got off the track as well. I tell you what I do like on the outside of this course, and that is gravel. I do love a bit of gravel, don't I? Of course, we also like to go to the beach as well. Ayrton comes up to cross the line. He's in the 11th there. That's much better. He's found half a second there, Ayrton has. And he is just getting his feet under the table, isn't he? Marshmallow then back on board then with Mello now as he comes out of turn 1. Then look at how much the rear end just wants to overtake the front now, doesn't it? Goodness me then. As Emerson said, make me so around here, but did I mention I'm the 24th fastest around Monaco? Well, that's pretty impressive, isn't it? I would like to say that I've what am I? I don't know. I'm not even appearing on the leaderboard, I don't think. So just watching Marshmallow then. I got to say, when we're on board with this Haas, it feels like the back end wants to overtake the front, doesn't he? Well, I would say Emerson says he's a little slow around here, but he's still 5th fastest in the overall classification. So he ain't too slow around here, is he? I got to say, lovely shot here again then. Oh gosh, there's a Serious Mushroom there is just saying that he might have to watch on YouTube as it keeps freezing. Where is it? So I'm guessing I'm watching on YouTube again, where it freezes every 2 seconds. So that's not good, is it? Hopefully that's not me. If it is, remember we're just doing a bit of testing about the streaming equipment as well here tonight, as we have been doing for the past 2 days. So I want to know about the quality and all that kind of stuff, guys. I don't mean the quality of me yapping my trap. I want about the quality of the actual stream itself. Unfortunately, that quality is not going to improve from the commentary. I've done it for a couple of years. Well, I've done it for a year now, so you would think that I'll get a hang of this, but never mind. Yes, so just watching this. Sam is retired from the session, and I think he's retired on the track. He has. Gunnar is just cruising back to the pits in the AlphaTauri, of course, the new team. And just watching FIFA Beefy, who hasn't set a time yet. We're just under 3.5 minutes to go in this session, and so Sam is unfortunately the first car then who is coming cropper then. Hopefully we see his car as we come around this course. That's the front part of the suspension has been ripped off, isn't it? So that's a shame now. Mike is asking, are these boys sandbagging or have I improved then? Well, I've got to say, Mike, you are looking very spectacular at the moment. They're 6th fast at the moment, isn't he? And a 10th away from the man who was runner-up in gold last season. And he's in front of the likes of Sean Hammers, who was very much a constant player in bronze, wasn't he? And Mumford, who's been incredible so far in this season, pre-season testing. And not forgetting Energetics as well, who was on pole position more often than not in bronze, wasn't he? it? Remember, bronze's season will have a full calendar, as we only had 9 races of bronze last season, didn't we? So it's going to be now more of a marathon rather than a sprint there. The sprint really helped Nude Potato, didn't he? He won the championship for bronze, and he is now going to be tackling the silver category, isn't he? So good stuff indeed. Sam saying, I tried no traction control, and that went. So unfortunately, it's traction control is very difficult, isn't it? There's a big old step between medium and off. I think there used to be a setting there that was medium low then off, wasn't it? But there's a big jump, isn't it? And it's a FIFA beefy overcorrected the car there and almost went into the Armco. Luckily though, FIFA has got very good reactions, hasn't it? That's probably why he plays FIFA a lot as well, isn't it? Reactions of a cat, lovely stuff indeed there. Mike is saying a confidence boost there, really good stuff indeed there. Mike is looking very phenomenal, isn't he? Remember last season as well, Mike was made his debut in bronze, didn't he? I think he made his debut on the weekend of the Austrian Grand Prix, didn't he? As FIFA Beefy is done at 11.9 there. Grant, he is retired from the session. He is very happy with that. Oh, and a FIFA Beefy, that might, oh gosh, oh my goodness me, he's into the wall. He is out of qualifying, and that is a shame as well. Lights is back out. He's done 4 laps on these soft compound tyres. Oh, and he's also taking a trip across the kitty litter as well then. Mumford is 4/10 of a second up then. Let's see, we've got yellow flags all around the course at the moment, haven't we? Goodness me then. And just on board there with Mumford as well then. I gotta say, I've been praising Mumford an awful lot, and hopefully hopefully for his sake, I can't put the kibosh on it, because I think he has been absolutely fantastic in the pre-season. And not only that though, there's some times as well which he has been really showing some real pace. Last night he was very unlucky, wasn't he, in the pre-season day 2 of Australia. Lights is also retired from the session as well. The top 4 have decided to call it a day, and they are through into qualifying too. Remember, this is a week, it is an event simulator, isn't it, tonight, as doing full quali and the half distance race as well then. Mumford is full fast mode. Here comes Emerson coming over the crest of the hill then as well in the Ricardo car. Look at how dirty it is offline there. I gotta say, I think the Marshall Monster got the old sweeping brush then, and look at that, Emerson taking a lot of the curb there, isn't he? Those curbs can be very can rattle in the fillings in your teeth, can't they? And I wonder if Emerson's got any fillings there. Accelerating out now as well, and DRS is available on the straight, and Camaro has just called it a day as well then. Grant is saying absolutely binned it. Emerson got a good look at on that. Unfortunately we didn't, which would have been quite interesting, wouldn't it? Mike saying Austria Triple had a debut. Yeah, of course. Yeah, Mike was in action in all 3 leagues, wasn't he? I think he's the first man to ever do so. Fantastic stuff indeed there from Mike, and I think he did it. I think he said it himself there. He was very cautious, was in the opening couple of rounds of bronze there, so he's going to give it a proper crack at the whip this time, isn't he? So really looking forward to see what Mike can do. And I got to say, he is definitely flirting it with the big guns, isn't he? I reckon that from this form, Mike has definitely got to be in the conversation there to perhaps be challenging for the bronze title. Remember, 22 races for bronze. We're just watching Energetics as well. Of course, Energetics we expect to be a formidable player in bronze as well. He has gone 10th fast amount at 10.32 so far though for bronze for bronze Energetic. And unfortunately, we have lost 4 cars. We've lost Sam, FIFA, and Nosey, have all retired from the session. Unfortunately, Sam tried it, came out of the corner fine, applied the little throttle, and went straight into the wall there. Granty never usually do that, but I got caught there. This is a very tough old circuit, isn't it? Ooh, lovely shot there from Mumford. There is he was in the garage there at that point, wasn't he? Right then, that's the end of qualifying 1. Then we go into qualifying 2 for the guys that are a little unsure about what is going on in the. Oh gosh, we got Chelsea against Norwich apparently. Sorry, I've got to clear all my Sky Sports jazz there. Lovely. Anyway, yeah, of course, I'm going on to the old football there, wasn't I? But yeah, I think what was I saying? Yes, going into qualifying 2 then, of course, anyone who doesn't know what the rules are of qualifying, of course, we got 3 stages of qualifying. Of course, qualifying 1, 18 minutes long. We have lost the bottom 5 drivers, so in this case we have lost 16th and 17th and 15th as well, as if you damage your car you are done in qualifying. Unfortunately, there's no T cars in the Formula 1 these days. Qualifying 2, 15 minutes long now. You've got to get into the top 10. The bottom 5 once again will be taking the walk of shame there. or as you are the weakest link, goodbye, as Anne would used to say as well. And then we go into qualifying 3 there, where the top 10 goes for pole position then, and who is going to be on pole position for this third pre-season event then, and that is the question as well then. Young Lights is very happy with a 9-3 there. He is indeed there. Good stuff indeed there. We got 4, 5, 6 drivers there in the 9s there. Lovely stuff indeed there. Mike is just outside, as is Marshmallow as well, and I'm wondering if those guys did set times fairly early on in the sessions. Well, definitely Mike did, so I feel that he could possibly go slightly quicker, if I'm not very much mistaken on that front as well then. And as just having a quick look, then is I think Serious Mushroom might have to unfortunately have a watch on the YouTube, unfortunately, as I think that looks like it keeps freezing on the PlayStation for some reason. And I sounded like a gopher there, didn't I? As I seem to just have a whistle from my teeth. Anyway then, that is the end of qualifying one then. So we're just watching Emerson here. He is in the Renault this season, and he is going to be, of course, he's also got the company car, hasn't he? He is driving the Renault Clio, and good stuff indeed there. And talking of Emerson and Ayrton, I've got to give a shout out to Dave there, who is watching on YouTube, or wherever he is watching, whether it's on YouTube, Facebook, or any other platform. It's great to have you along with us. And also a shout out to Maureen as well then. So good stuff indeed there. I hope you're all enjoying the coverage here tonight, and I've got to say, it's going to get a lot better. And of course, it's only qualifying. This is kind of really what really gets your whistle wet, isn't it? Out of qualifying then is Knowlesy, FIFA, and Sammy out of qualifying as well. And of course, that's all for Sammy there for changing his game retired to ALR Sammy. I'm loving that. Absolutely beautiful. Nunez just said, is this race in the season? Yes, it's an official 22 race calendar season for gold, silver and bronze then. And it is also not a random calendar either this season. So yes, so we start off in Melbourne, down under for the Australian Grand Prix, coming up in a couple of days time. Remember, the countdown is definitely on now, isn't it? Really good stuff indeed then. Oh gosh, what have I done there? Oh god, I got to say, I'm really rubbish at this YouTube, Millark, ain't I? I think I need a technical support, don't I? Maybe if I try turn off and back on, that might help. oh gosh. Well, now I've just sent myself an emoji. Lovely. Anyway, then, we're into qualifying 2. Good stuff indeed, then. Anyway, so we got 14 minutes. No, we haven't. We've got 15 minutes then to decide the running order for 11th to 14th, I think it is. As Sam has decided to call it a day, and he is... watching with me now, isn't he? So then we're in qualifying 2 then, as you can see. It's a lovely pit lane. It's quite a wide pit lane, isn't it, for the old school circuit? I also quite like the fact is that we got some official sponsorship as well. I think it's Armco? I don't know. To be honest, I should just think before I speak, really, shouldn't I? And make sure I can actually say the word. That would help, wouldn't it? Anyway, there you go. Never mind. So just watching Milan there as he is coming there. Oh, look at the flowing circuit. It's beautiful, isn't it? It's a lovely day actually here in Zandvoort, isn't it? I'm thinking about breaking the song and singing a bit of U2, but I think I should leave that as I don't want to burst your eardrums. Oh, Milan there going very much to the edge of limits there. Gosh, if he was going to dip his wheel right onto the grass there. Gosh, that was getting very wide indeed, wasn't it? Nunda just said, oh dear, Netherlands is like a roller coaster. It is, isn't it? I wonder, Nunda, if you got the game or if you raced this track yet, I've got to say, you're going to be in for a holiday ride around here. It's incredible, isn't it? Talking of roller coasters, you can see there's a theme park there just on the other side then. As you can see then, Milan there is, I've got an itchy foot. So you can see then, Milan there is just about to get going then. Let's see what he can do then. Here he comes over the bank in now then. There we go then. I remember the last bank in turn we had in Formula 1, if I'm not very much mistaken, was Indianapolis, wasn't it? We read last race there in 2007. And if anyone remembers the 2005 fiasco, probably one of the worst, one of the darkest days in Formula 1 when it comes to a sporting content. Of course, not a, there's been a lot of dark days in Formula 1, of course, Imola 94 springs right up to mind as well. Of course, the Japanese Grand Prix 2014 as well is a horrific personal experience for me as well. Just watching that Japanese Grand Prix, we've got a car in front, and that's Curly Red at the moment in front of Milan, and Milan gets the way. Curly Red gets the way absolutely splendidly well, doesn't he? So yeah, there's been a lot of horrific days, hasn't it? Of course, especially in the 80s, wasn't it? 82 was a pretty horrific year to say the least, wasn't it? unfortunately. And of course, we also lost the great Jim Clark as well. Far too early, we're losing a lot of these a lot of the drivers back in the 60s and 70s and 80s, wasn't it? Which was such a shame now. As Milan there is just coming through the final couple of corners as well then. And let's see what he's going to do then. Is he is putting his toe down as we've got Godzilla, a former driver in ALR. Actually, it's great to see him in the comments here. Give me a good old wave then, or is that a high five? I'm going to take that as a high five because I want to sound cool. So, yep, and of course you can't do high five now with all the social distancing malark, can you? So let's do a hair high five then, like they did off Scrubs with the Todd and all that kind of thing, like, you know, all that kind of stuff, like, whoosh, ooh. Anyway, Mumford there is in second position at the moment, and once again, Mumford really showing some promise, isn't he? Good stuff indeed there from Mumford. Love it, love it, love it. And yes, I do remember you, Godzilla, of course. I think you drove in season 1, didn't you? I'm sure you was in the Renault actually for a couple of seasons. I remember you in Bahrain as well. I think you had a couple of adventures there, didn't you? Definitely, a couple of adventures there, man. Did his camera. Oh gosh, we've had some contact. I think I'm not sure. Let's take a look. Oh, it's a Ferrari. There's a Ferrari off. We got Renault Young Knights who's lost the way as well. Oh my goodness me. Oh dear. Then we've had a camera racer. Sorry, I got itch in my ear. We've had a camera, yeah, let's just call that camera racing there. Racer's had some issues there. He is out of qualifying. I wonder if there's been a coming together there. Unfortunately for the Ferrari driver, that is it. He is out of qualifying, and that is a huge blow as well. We've also got a McLaren off in the same place as well then, and that's a very pesky turn there, isn't it? Goodness me. Really good stuff indeed then. Is I got to tell you, I can actually ask everyone in the chat as how everyone's doing. Yeah, I'm doing fine. So, everyone else, yeah, that's right. Anyway, then we're just watching Mike Den, who's done a 10 at the moment. He did, that's slower than his qualifying one time, actually, so I'm expecting bigger things there from Mike Den. Here comes Gunnar, of course, the most experienced driver in ALR history. Of course, as he has raced in bronze, and, I think he's racing silver as well, actually, Gunnar has. He's been in a lot of races there. I think I tallied it up to 65 or 66 races the other day, so incredible stuff. It really is, isn't it? So he is the most experienced driver, but he's lost that crown now in terms of gold, though, hasn't he? As I think Nigel's now the most experienced driver with 57 races under his belt there. Of course, the first ever champion of ALR. Good stuff indeed. Then, of course, if you're watching on Ginger Rage or whatever that kind of stuff is, that random guy who's really crap at games and stuff, remember that this is just pre-season. And if you want to watch ALR races on Sunday, Monday or Tuesday, it'll be on the ALR channel. And of course, just like and subscribe, follow, and all that kind of jazz. Then, there's a Gunnar there. It's just coming into the pits at the moment. We've got not a lot of track activity at the moment. There's only 3 cars out at the moment, so yeah, it's a bit of a barren spell at the moment, isn't it? We're on board of our favourite Irishman, Gunnar. As we had a bit of a fisticuffs yesterday, didn't we? About stats and stuff. I love a good stat. I think Gunnar does as well, doesn't he? Which I got to say, it's actually it really makes me happy, to be honest. It means that I don't waste my time in front of a laptop for 90% of my life. As Gunnar comes into the pits, well, you can see it's not too much of an hour pit lane, is it? We're on board with Sean Hammers. Oh, look at that lock up there! I'm loving that. That's brilliant stuff indeed. That the tyres there very much there, too much standing on the loud pedal there and locking up then. And unfortunately, that front tyre is going to be like a 50 pence piece there. I got to say, I quite like it when the drivers don't have anti-lock brakes on, because it just makes it so much more spectacular, doesn't it? Really good stuff indeed. He's gone purple in the first sector. Hammers has lovely stuff. He is really hammering at home at the moment, isn't he? And he's in the second sector as well. Then look at this then. As Nunda said, it is very much like a roller coaster ride, isn't it? DRS there available. And remember, there's also, we got telemetry down the right hand side of the screen moment. Sean Harris locking up again then, as I keep losing my headset. I feel I've got too big of a head, haven't I? Oh gosh. Then brain capacity, I can assure you of that. It's lack of it really, isn't it? I think it's just a lot of error up there. Sean Hammers there coming out of the final turn then. Let's see what he can do then. He has ran out of overtake on the Ferrari, but he goes 5th fastest. He is on the medium tyre then. So why is he on the medium tyre? A lot of you might be asking then. A lot of you are much more up to date with the old with the old rules than I am, but of course, if you get into qualifying 3, you must start on tyres which you set your fastest on. Hammers is on the medium tyre, so is Curly Red as well, and good stuff indeed there, both from Bronze, and talking of Bronze, here comes Ayrton, and he is in the Q2 as well then. As Mike, as Godzilla says, how are you all doing? Yes, we're doing fine then. Godzilla saying, still doing a good job of getting excited and keeping everyone on the edge of their seats then. To be honest, I get excited over paint really, so yeah. Now then it's Ayrton. And Ayrton is now coming down into the final couple of corners as well then. Yeah, of course, I'm very excited. Actually, of course, new game as well. I hope you Godzilla are having a good time as well. I'm not sure if you've got the game or not really. I got to say, I've not been very active on the old PlayStation really. Oh my goodness me, Energetic is off the course. He's off the course. He's spun it right around there, and he's done a very good job of not going into the Armco there. As oh gosh, look at this. It's so difficult, isn't it? You spin on this track quite easily, but my goodness me, it's so difficult to recover, isn't it? As Energetics there is finally then, as you can see, he's going into, oh gosh, this is getting very perilous. Oh my goodness me, mistaken you for flying through the course there. And now as Energetics there, just recovering then, and that is so narrow, isn't it, around here? Here comes Emerson then, and he is coming out. Oh, goodness me, and getting very squirrely as well. As he is putting on the old loud pedal, isn't he, before accelerating away then. And he comes through the banked final turn as well. Emerson driving the Ricardo car. I'm hoping that there's an update so you can have your own numbers on the cars. And he goes third fast road, but he is behind the Alfa Romeos at the moment. Very interesting stuff indeed. Here comes Young Lights, also in the Renault as well, and he is coming out of the final turn as well. Young Lights, I think, has actually been drafted in the Red Bull team, hasn't he, for this season. He goes second fastest. Lights is absolutely lining up the track, isn't he? But Mulan is still, faster, but Energetic has got to go around again then. Ayrton's invalidated his time, he's got to come in the pits. 5.5 minutes to go in this session then. And as Godzilla said, no, I don't, because I've finished my work after 8 p.m. Then, oh gosh, I gotta say I wouldn't like to work evenings, to be honest. When I do work evenings, it's yeah, I gotta say I do really struggle then. Anyway, then so hopefully Serious Mushroom is on the old chat as well then, so give us a wave, Serious Mushroom. Mike is saying 9-9 there on Scrub Soft, so I'll take that then. So yeah, Mike is so that's the reason why Mike was slowed in his qualifying one time, because he's on Scrub Soft there. Mike is looking phenomenal, isn't he? I'm loving that. I gotta say, new game there really does shake up the running order, doesn't it? But we do have another lock up there for Energetics there. He seems to be really struggling at the moment. Energetics is, this might be a good, but this does depend now, so I get my teeth back in. This does depend though on the course. This is a new track, of course, for 2020. Any of you long-time Formula 1 fans will know that this course has been on before, hasn't it? I think it was in the 80s, wasn't it, that we last raced around here. Oh gosh, I've just pinched my ear. Oh, Granty! He's in the wall! Granty's in the wall! He's damaged him! Oh goodness me! And he's shaking with rage as well! And oh dear, Nat Marshall there is looking very sorry for himself. I think he's a Granty fan there. And Granty, unfortunately, is damaged the car. He's got 4 minutes. It's a short track, as I said. He has lost the end plate there. That is going to be a very detrimental to the aerodynamics there. I hope you're all impressed with that, because I've had a thesaurus since coming on here. So I've got a lot of big words a lot of big words to say. So Sammy going, oh Granty, and oh my goodness me, there's all Marks there. So he flies through on board Mark Swellen, so the champion are in a bit of trouble. But remember though, this is pre-season. This doesn't count to the full season. The full season begins Sunday at 6:30 there, UK time. Well, probably about 10 minutes early as well, because we do like to go through the official, even though the video was released about the driver draw anyway, but we do want to just go through the runners and riders for gold, silver and bronze, so we'll try and go on 5 minutes earlier if I am in any organisation. I'll stay in Marshmallows there, invalidated his time. He's gone too wide out of turn 13, I think that is, and is he going to come in the pits? I believe he is, isn't he? Yeah, it's like, oh sorry, I keep hitting my headset off my head there. I gotta say, I look like Mickey Mouse, to be honest. I've got like 2 headsets on my head there to get this OBS thing to work, really. So yep, I look like a complete melon, which is standard stuff, really, because I always look like a melon. Well, I look more like an orange, really, don't I? Of course, being autumn dawn and all that kind of stuff. As normal folk will call it ginger. Mumford is back out on track as well, and let's see what Mumford could do. He has been fabulous, hasn't he? And of course, Mumford making his debut back in Silverstone as Silver of the season 3. He has been brilliant, hasn't he, Mumford has? And of course, I think in pre-season he has been spectacular. So let's quickly go through this. Whilst I got a bit of a low in qualifying 2, well, it's not going to be much of a low, is it? Because we've only got 2.5 minutes to go there. There are a lot of very interesting. I'm really interested in a lot of the pace then so far. Milan, they're making his full debut, isn't he, in a couple of days' time? I wonder if he's got butterflies. Well, he doesn't need them, does he? My goodness me, he is flying there. Young Lights as well. Remember, he had pole position in Italy, didn't he, last season? And he is looking very much on song, isn't he? Mistaken Youth, fantastic stuff, isn't it, from Mistaken Youth? Loving that. Mumford is also looking good as well. Emerson down in 5th position moment. He said he's struggling. Mike is looking phenomenal. Marshmallow, of course, also making his debut as well on Monday, I believe he is. He is looking strong as well. I think that on the back foot in terms of pace at the moment, Energetics might be one of them. Mumford there is 2/10 of a second up. He remains in 4th there, but only just there. We've got a yellow flag as Marshmallow as gone. He is gone. He is out. And oh dear. And we've got a lock up there as well for Energetics as well. So that's not good, is it? Unfortunately, there is. Oh, sorry, I've got a very sweaty armpit. Oh, no, I shouldn't have lifted my armpit up either. Goodness me. I might have to go and have a shower in a minute then. Well, after this race, that is Gooder is there currently in the top 10. Good 17. Marshmallow is also in the top 10 as well. But Ayrton wants to do something about that, doesn't he? Granty is still on the medium tires. He feels that is the strategy to go on then. We've got Sam saying, oh, Granty, and Sean Courter again there. Granty saying that traction. At least you saw me spin there. I got to say, that was your best Colin Minogue impression there, wasn't it? You spin me right around. No, wait, that's Dead or Alive, isn't it? Yeah, Colin Minogue is, I'm spinning around, is move out of my way. Yeah. I know you're feeling because you like it like that. Anyway, enough about that. And my like for, I think it was 90s, wasn't it? That was out, wasn't it? Something like that. Or was it early 2000s? I don't know. But there you go. That was my type of music. I love a bit of Backstreet Boys, A1 and all that kind of stuff, and yeah, the boy bands I love. Into the pits there comes Mumford then, and he is I think that's him sorted then, isn't it? Energetic starts up, so has Granty boys, well, flying through then for the S as well. Granty, and he is currently in the drop zone. Ayrton has got and Granty there's got the grass. Is he going to be spell white? No, he is fine and dandy. Nunda saying no TC is quite easy. Then again, I'm used to it there. So yeah, of course, it's a big old step, isn't it, between the old between no TC and medium TC, isn't it, as we mentioned in the session earlier on then. A lovely shot here again then as he's coming up to the final part of the course, out of turn 12. Lovely stuff indeed then. As Dan has mentioned me in a comment on Facebook, and I dare not see what he's put. Now then is Grant there coming out of 14, and let's see what he's doing. DRS is wide open. He's run out of the overtake. He is through and in 7th position there. Good 17 then. Gooder is out of qualifying. That's unfortunate. Energetics and Ayrton. Who is going to be through then? Energetics is not usually this far down. Remember, he's had 4 pole positions in his bronze career out of 9 starts. Fantastic stuff from Energetics. He comes over the grid hatch as well, and he goes into 7th fastest then, and he is through into qualifying 3. Marshmallow there, unfortunately, they're binning it, and perhaps there might have been unwise for him to do so. I think Ayrton is out of qualifying. He's 13 seconds down then. So we've got our top 9 going for qualifying then. What can Mike do then? Mike is looking phenomenal, isn't he, in that McLaren? Lovely stuff indeed then, as he is now just coming over the crest of the hill then. Nunda saying, I've never raced on medium. I went from full to off. Oh, goodness me, that was quite impressive there. Yeah, gosh. Really impressive indeed, actually, though, from Nunda. My goodness me. Sorry, I've got my ears really itchy. As yeah, I don't like this headset. It's making my ear really itch there, isn't it? Gosh, I'm gonna have to give it a good old. I'm gonna have to get a cotton bud in a minute, aren't I? Here comes Mike Dennis. He is coming into the final part of the course as well. Then let's see what I can do. He's gone wide, but he is in the. He is just about in track limits. Good stuff indeed. Then, and he is coming up to the line. Let's see what I can do. Then is he in the 9th? And he is a 10th of a second down. I wonder if that's on new tyres, is it, from Mike? He's done a lap on those tyres, but yeah, so I think that Mike might be a little disappointed about that lap there, perhaps. And I love his helmet, by the way. That's a beautiful helmet. Mike saying, sorry, there's another Mike, actually. It's a Godzilla saying, I'm a key worker delivering meds to the vulnerable and care them. So I've done a good deed for at least a couple of months with this COVID there. Yeah, this COVID. And Yeah, and I'm also getting excited. I'm also knocking my headset off as well. Yeah, so of course that is much more important than what I'm doing at the moment. Just sat on my backside and talking about cars going around in a circle. But nevertheless, then I think that. But of course, so yes, hats off to all the key workers out there and to Godzilla as well. Really good stuff indeed there. As you have as all you guys have carried the world, haven't you? Really, in its difficult time, and I've just. Oh gosh, as I'm still getting used to all these wiring. I might need to have to invest in a wireless headset or something. I don't know, because I'm completely tangled up. I'm all over the show at the moment. As now we're just waiting for the end of qualifying then. Yeah, so hats off to all the key works then. Lovely stuff indeed then. Right then, as we're just watching Granty going over the lines, and he is through into qualifying free. Lovely stuff indeed then. Yeah, so good stuff then. Of course, I would also mention actually that when with all this horrific stuff going on, I think that the Formula 1 and ALR has been, I think ALR has been really good. Of course, Nosey put on the lockdown laps, didn't he? And he did a fine job with that as well. And of course, and it kept a lot of people out of trouble, including me, really. As I probably would have sat on the sofa. I just had a few cans of beer, which is never a good thing, is it? So and I think so. That's definitely. It's also been a lot of people saving grace as well, hasn't it? Hopefully we'll get back to normal, but I'm not sure what normal is at the moment. But there we go. Anyway, enough about all that and the real world stuff. I'm rubbish at talking about the real world stuff. On to qualifying free then. A camera racer is out. So is Ayrton, Gooner, Curly Red, and Marshmallow, of course, who is in the barrier. Then we're going into qualifying free in just a few moments' time as well. As Dan Murphy said, no one wants to hear about my dirty ears. Well, that's rude. How dare he? I clean my ears out every day, or every other day, or every week, or every month. And Sam has just said there, it's hard on the wheel. Lol. Yeah, because I think I've spotted a couple of comments in the old Discord, of course, about. I've spotted a couple of things about the Discord, haven't I? About the wheel, about this game is now more towards the pad users or the controller users, isn't they? Very interesting stuff indeed, isn't it? Of course, the wheel costs a lot more than the controller, doesn't it? Of course, I've got to say, I thought £40 or £50 for my controller was steep, but of course, a lot of these wheels cost a lot of money, don't they? With all the setup and all the rigs or something like that. I'm useless when it comes to price and stuff like that, but I think it's about £400 or £500, wasn't it? Correct me if I'm wrong, guys, because I got to say, I talk a load of rubbish all the time. My goodness me, Milan, they're really wagging that tail like a happy dog there, isn't he? Goodness me, I think he's just testing the grip, all those soft tires. Lovely stuff indeed then. As Godzilla also saying, appreciate for the mention as well. Appreciate you watching us here tonight as well, Godzilla, and of course, it's great to have a former racer of ALR actually having a chat with us as well. So really good stuff indeed there from Godzilla. And hats off to you. And of course, he was a cracking driver, wasn't he? Back in season 1, and I think he also took a dabble in season 2 as well for a couple of races. So it's great to hear from Mike, and it's great what he's doing as well. Good stuff indeed. Then here comes Milan then, and. In the Alfa Romeo, I got to say, the Alfa Romeo team, they had a formidable team last season. Remember, it was Jonathan Cox, wasn't it? And Echo for most of the season. Really, and I think they were a very strong outfit, wasn't he? Jonathan, for the first time in his ALR career in a season, he hadn't won a race, has he? Jonathan hasn't. He was on pole position 7 times, which is actually the most of anyone in an ALR season, isn't he? With 7, of course, in his total pole position career, he's at 9 now, hasn't he? Now, so we've got a yellow flag there, fluttering at the far end of the course, but we'll leave him be for now, won't we? As Milan there was just we had a image of Granted there, didn't we? Very briefly indeed then. But look at this. Let's go on board then. Well, we're on board already, haven't we? But look how quick he's going there. Milan there with a lot of commitment there, and my goodness me, using the curbs there, isn't he? And now flicking it into I'm lost on this course at the moment. I'm still learning, and it's a shame we didn't get to race around here this season, unfortunately, with all the pandemic going on. Because I've got to say, this is a very fun little racetrack, isn't it? Not very many places to overtake, though, is it? I got to say, when we come and race here in that league form in ALR in about 4 or 5 races time, in about 5 weeks time, that will fly by the way. Of course, time flies when we're league racing, doesn't it? Goodness me. But I am expecting a heavy attrition type of race there. It's going to be incredible, isn't it? Mulan there coming out of the DRS zone there. He's on the back straight. What's his pole position? It's an 8.9. That's a cracking time there. Well, Mumford, he's done a 9. 9.5 Mumford has, but Mumford now showing some impressive form there. Granty a 9.7 there for the champion. Mike is once again, he's very consistent, isn't he? He's done a 9.9 again there. Emerson there is invalidated this time there, so he's going to have to go around again then. Young Lights as fast as there, he's an 8.8 there for Young Lights. He's a 10th for a second, or just under a 10th for a second in front of Milan there. Incredible stuff indeed then. Sorry, I was dribbling everywhere then. But yeah, good stuff for Young Lights. He is on provisional pole position at the moment now. Energetics and Mistaken Youth are just chilling in the pits at the moment. And what is Emerson doing? Emerson is invalidated his time again now. Honestly, the man who was runner-up last season in his 2 seasons of ALR. Emerson has been runner-up twice. Is Mr. Dan Murphy has joined, of course, the admin of silver. Talking of admins there, of course, if anyone missed Farf's show in last night, of course, he decided to do his best David Coulthard impression and crash into the barriers in Australia. Unlike Coulthard, which was in Adelaide, Farf was in Melbourne, and I got to say, I think that I must admit, Coulthard's crash into the pit entry in Adelaide was quite embarrassing, but I think Farf's might have been slightly worse, to be honest. And of course, I'm a man who loves to give Farf a bit of banter every now and again, and definitely I did try my best there, but it was quite a funny moment now. And I'm going to be, I think I'll snip that and give it to Far for when we for the beginning of the season now. But no word of a lie there. I feel that Farf is could be a very dangerous man indeed for this season. Remember, he took to F1 2019 like a duck to water originally, didn't he? He was fantastic. 2 wins out of 2. He was in formidable form, wasn't he? Because in those 5 races periods in between season 1 and season 2, he won 3 of those 5 races, didn't he? He had a fantastic, an absolutely fantastic run of races there, didn't he? Farf did in 5 races. He won 3 of them. It was brilliant stuff indeed there from Farf. Just taking a look there at Granty then, as he is now coming over the crest of the hill then, and he is on an in-lap at the moment, so we're just on a bit of a lot at the moment. Oh, there's a Granty there, just flicking it over the curbside. The question I got when we do race around here is Granty driving the Nicholas Latifi car there, isn't he? Of course, got car 6. Granty's usually car 93, so hopefully he does have his number ready for the race itself then. Yeah, I feel that I feel that this season's going to be fantastic, isn't it? As Into the Pits comes Granted, yeah. But I was wondering, yeah, because it's such a short circuit, I wonder if anyone's going to go out and do another, going to do 3 runs. Well, Hammers is out there straight away there, and I'm wondering if that might be the first one who's giving it a go then. He is in the Seb Vettel car, and he is just on an out lap at the moment with 6.5 minutes to go then. And goodness me, then, you guys are chatty, aren't you? Wow. Mike is saying he's on a G29 then, loving this track there. Sam is saying me too then, as Mike has done a 09 again then. Yeah, I said you're very consistent. You've done a 9.9 in like almost all the sessions. Fantastic stuff. Emerson back on track as well. And as there's a bit of banter going on indeed then, really good stuff there. But as now we're just on board there with Sean Hammers then, and also Emerson as well out on track then. So here comes Sean Hammers. He's going to be the first one to cross the line then, and we'll see what he can do then. Of course, a quick reminder then is, we got a lock up there. I got to say, I love the anti-lock brakes. They're brilliant, aren't they? It makes it just even more spectacular. It really does. It really gets my blood pumping, doesn't it? As Farf is just asking if we can have an invite. Sam has said no, Farf. Let's hope Farf can get in the pits this time. So now he comes over the grid hatches as well then. And talking of, and of course Farf will be driving this red Ferrari. And look at that, Sean Harris locking up then. Milan coming out of the pits as well then. So there are a couple of guys there who are doing 3 runs, or perhaps they're just doing an early second run. Hammers' back end is trying to step away from him. Again, another lock up there for Hammers there. Of course, these qualifying times are very much, of course, these qualifying tires is basically one and done, isn't it, really? You might need them in the race though, but Hammers there, he just won. Look at the car that is trying to step out there. This track is so much fun to watch these drivers race on, it really is there. And you can see going over the curbs as well then. Lovely stuff indeed then for Hammers then. And now he is into the second part of the course then. This course, like every other course, is split up into 3 sectors. It is sector 1, sector 2 and sector 3 then. As Oh gosh, I've actually just wiped all my comments off the Facebook stream. I really need to learn how to. Oh no, Alan, it's come back. Goodness me! But I gotta say, that might not have been a big problem. As far as joining as well, then, as we're gonna have almost a full grid here. Hammers are coming in the pits, and that was quite an adventurous lap there for Hammers, wasn't it? Here comes Emerson, of course, the man who's been runner-up in the last 2 seasons, and can he finally win the big one this season in his Renault? Of course, and I think he'd be very happy, of course, with his driving the Renault, because he also has a little Renault Clio as well, doesn't he? Milan is out on track mode, and he's come through. Got 4 minutes to go in this session, and this is going to get very tense indeed. Then, as far from swearing at me, then as I think he didn't appreciate the old pit lane job there as well. As he might be I might have to rechristen him David Coulthard for this season. But then again, having said that, Coulthard had a quite strong 96, didn't he? He was lightning off the grid, wasn't he? In 96, David Coulthard was in that red and white McLaren. For David Coulthard, he really outshone Hakkinen, albeit Hakkinen did come back from a very scary incident, didn't he? Back in the back end of 95. Where, of course, he had a horrific shunt in Adelaide, literally before the race, didn't he? Scary stuff indeed there. And I don't think Hakkinen was at his full best really until the back end of 96. And 97... was really sorry, Hakkinen, wasn't it? Because he had a couple of races where he probably should have won the races, actually, shouldn't he? Austria comes to mind, and also at the Nürburgring, also the European comes to mind as well, where Hakkinen was leading. He retired from both those races whilst in the lead, didn't he? Anyway, enough about the history of Formula 1, as grand as it is, and I could talk about it all day long. We must talk about the man who is on the front row at the moment, and it is Milan there. As he coming up to the line, he is coming up to the line, and it's pole position there. He has done an 8.658, then good stuff indeed there from the Alfa Romeo driver, very much throwing the gauntlet down there. What about Mike then? Clipping the curb, clicking the verge of the grass then as well. And look at this, and there's a lot of dirt, isn't there, on the course. I wonder if that's going to really hinder the grip then of these cars then. So now then, Mike then is coming up into the second sector as well. Then we've got an Alfa Romeo there of Milan who is come a cropper somewhere. We'll leave him be it for now then. We don't know. We'll spare his blushes for now. We got 7 cars and it was set a time then. As just on board then with Mike, who is 2 seconds off the pace then, and I think that he might have abandoned that lap. So Sean Hammers then is back out again. Then, well, last time we seen Sean Hammers, my goodness me, he was riding that prancing horse, wasn't he? Goodness me, there, he was opposite lock. He was full beans, wasn't he? We've also got Mumford saying evening as well. Of course, Mumford, who is in the Oda chat box as well. I got to say, Mumford's having a fantastic day, fantastic as well. Of course, I got to say, Mumford, I hope I'm put the I hope I'm to give you bad luck there, or give you the commentator's curse, but I got to say I think that you've been absolutely fantastic so far in the first couple of pre-season events there as well, and you have the pace, haven't you? Can you? Of course, unfortunately, Australia didn't go too well, did it? But let's see what you can do in this pre-season race as well. Mike has retired for the session there. We've 1 minute and 17 seconds to go then, and Hammers there is very much on the limit, isn't he? Once again, another lock up there, accelerating now, turn 12 as well for the Ferrari. Let's see what he can do then as well then. Sorry. Oh, excuse me. Now we're going to go up to the final couple of corners as well. Let's see what we can do. Hammers goes into a third fastest. Lovely stuff indeed there for Hammers. Brilliant. And he is on the second row of the grid then. Lovely stuff indeed. Granty is out there as well then. Of course, the champion. Emerson started us up as well. So is Energetics. Mistaken Youth. Oh, we got Milan there who's going around the wrong way there. And he's clipped the barrier as well then. Now Mumford is also out. So everyone is out there apart from Mistaken Youth. Who is the first man round? It is granted there's a yellow flag behind us. I think it's from Milan. It is the man who's currently on pole position by 2/10 of a second. Back on board with the Williams there of Granty. And once again Williams there decided not to have the not to have the old display unit on the wheel, is there? They have it on the cockpit instead, and that's the only team that does so, isn't it? Really, and they've kept it ever since 2014. Really interesting stuff, isn't it? We've got another Alfa Romeo off as well. I think it's Milan again then, and now Granty comes out of the final turn. Then let's see what he can do. He comes up to the line. He is third fastest, and Granty is then, and he's on the second row of the grid. What about Energetics then? He's had a very adventurous qualifying, hasn't he? Energetics has as he's run wide there, Energetics, but he hasn't set a time in qualifying of 3 yet, and he's currently 8th fast at the moment. He comes up to the line, and he goes 8th fastest then. We've also got Ferraris coming into the pits as well. Emerson's also abandoning stuff, and Lights is on pole position there. He's done an 8.5. Lights is flying around here, he really is, isn't he? I think he wish the race would be starting tomorrow, wouldn't it, or even tonight. Mumford in 3rd fast as well. Brilliant stuff, and these times are incredible, isn't it? Look at that front 4. That is amazing, isn't it? Young Lights is on pole position then. I reckon that he's going to add to his pole position this season. Of course, he's got pole in Monza. I'm expecting to be a monstrous this season as well. Very good stuff indeed then. Brilliant stuff, and Milan is just being wheeled back into the garage then. He is on the front row. Good stuff indeed then. Mumford in 3rd position then. Is he finished? Oh, he has finished. There's a checker flag next to his name as well. But Mumford in 3rd position. Great performance from Mumford. The champion, Granty, in 4th position at the moment. Then Hammers is in 5th. And Emerson didn't get another time in there, did he? So that was one and done for Emerson, unfortunately. He's in 6th position there. Mike in 7th position there. He was very consistent in all 3 qualifying sessions. He was at a 9.9 there. Someone call the emergency services. No, don't do that. Energetics is 8th fastest, and we've got Mistaken Youth there, who was might have mistaken the time there, or perhaps he was just chilling out in the commentary box then. As we've just taken a quick look then, V-Top there, big fan of Sean here. He's a pro commentator there. Of course, I have to read out all the good comments there, don't I? And we've also got Bryce saying a very solid commentator, mate. Oh, thank you, my good man. Mike saying he's P7, very up for that. I'm calling Mumford season 4 championship winner. Really good stuff indeed then. And Grant saying it's all about the race there. Of course, Granty's qualifying performance has not been as strong as his race performances out there. If there's an Achilles heel for Emerson and Granty, I would say that both of them are very strong in race trim. Qualifying, not so much, is it? Of course, the measuring stick for that is, of course, Jonathan Cox. He's fantastic, isn't he? Really is. As Granty is saying after one race, he thinks it after Sam is saying after one race, Mumford might be the main man there. I got to say, Mumford's doing fantastic. He really is, isn't he? Lovely stuff indeed there from Mumford there. Lights saying nice laps, boys, as well. Lights there on pole position. Brilliant stuff indeed then for this pre-season event then. And of course, like to say, Mumford has improved a lot. I think that this game, a lot of people are really bigging up Mumford in the comments. He's done a cracking job out there. Really good stuff indeed then. And as Grant saying, does need more practice then. As Emerson is asking, where is the pace from last season? There, of course, Emerson and Mumford were tag team partners. we're teammates last season, weren't they? But I got to say, it's all about the game, isn't it? Because it's completely new, isn't it? It feels different, doesn't it? It feels like you've got more grip, haven't you, on the tires? You got more. You just feel like you can floor the car more, can't you? And there is the final qualifying free classification. Then pole position for Young Knights, as I said in the official ALR season. He's only ever had one pole position before. Well, he might be adding to that this season. And 10th and second way is Milan. Milan a debutant. So I'm really looking forward to see what he can do in Australia. He's really going to ruffle some feathers, isn't he? Another man who's ruffling some feathers is Mumford, isn't it? The Alfa Romeo team are looking very strong, isn't it? The champion Grant and also the constructors champion as well in 4th position. Hammers in 5th, Emerson in 6th, and Mike 7th. Energetics is 8th. And Mistaken Youth is in 9th position then. And as Sam was saying, Emerson is fuming. Mumford, he ain't happy. Well, there you go then, of course. Anyway, then we're now going into the race as well. Remember, this is a pre-season event there for ALR. So, of course, this is just to wet in your taste buds kind of thing then, as we are going to get into the main event Sunday, of course. 6:30 UK time is when the qualifying session is about to begin then. So keep an eye out for that. Of course, we will be on the ALR channel. We're only on my channel tonight because I speak a lot of rubbish, and we're just making sure that everything is okay. Of course, I'd also like to hear about the quality of the stream as well. If it's rubbish or not. I don't mean me. I mean the actual like viewing and all that kind of stuff. Anyway, then. As Sam is saying, I dare you to say lights out and away we go, Sean. Well, I could say that. Yeah, why not? We got a formation lap, though. The only problem with that is that I forget what I'm saying, even on the formation lap. Anyway, then, we are now getting into the start of the session. As you can see, there's a lovely countdown up there. I've got to say, they've improved the countdown, because it used to be like a little thing in the top right-hand corner, didn't it? And I used to really struggle to see that. Anyway, then, we are about to get going in just a few moments' time as I brush my hair to one side, as I look like something out of Green day at the moment, as apart from I'm ginger and not got black hair like Billy Joe Armstrong. Right. The lights are on. I think we're going, aren't we? I think there's no formation lap. Lights out and away we go. And here we go then. 46 laps around here. And the Young Lights has got off absolutely beautifully while they're going into turn 1. Lovely, lovely stuff indeed there. As they go into turn 1, it's already contact. There's a Haas who's chopped off the Alfa Romeo there. No, then it's the AlphaTauri. Lights lead. Second position is Mulan. Third is Mumford, who's all over the back of his teammate, isn't he? It's a roller coaster ride. And let's see what they're doing. Are they all coming around the first corner? They're doing a great job. Yellow flag in one. Then one's going on. There's a Mercedes at the back. It's Sam at the back. Murphy is also pointing the wrong way around as well. Oh, he's damaged the car. He's in the wall. Murphy is. And, oh dear, that's not going to talk for Murphy. So at the moment, Lights is leading. Mulan has got a bit wide then. Is he going to have problems? No, at the moment, Mumford is in. And we've got a virtual safety car then. As Granty is also struggling down as well. We've got a 5-second penalty. 5-second penalty then for mistaken youth there as well. Then so Granty has dropped down 12 positions. I'm not sure what happened to Granty. It's kind of all gone. It's all gone wrong, hasn't it, for the champion? Remember, this is just pre-season. I remind you. I'm just remind you that it's just pre-season. This is oh, look at that! I love that. I love that graphic, by the way. That's absolutely beautiful, isn't it? That 12 to 14, and soft to hard. Then is the one stop. I wonder if anyone's going to go for 2 stops as well. Then so Verge safety car. They got a delta on their screen, and they have to. They just have to make sure that they do not go over that delta. Then I'm waiting for it to go green again. And when it does go green again, we'll be back racing here in Zandvoort. I think that there is still a virtual safety car, isn't there? Or are they going back full beans? We'll find out now. I think they are, aren't they? Yes, now we're full beans, and it's who's that then? It's Farfair. It's got on the inside of Gunnar. Gunnar is giving him a good squeeze, and it's the AlphaTauri. So getting very close for comfort. Energetics in it. Curly Red are fighting on the outside. Curly Red that's fantastic there from Curly Red there. Really using the banked corner there to his advance there. Lovely stuff indeed there for. From Curly Red there, but you can see there's a bit of a queue forming behind now. He's got a yellow flag again. Ayrton's out of the race. Ayrton is out of the race then, and that's unfortunate. Where's he gone then? Oh, he's in the gravel, and I think that something major has gone wrong there. Murphy is also coming around the pits. Yellow flags is fluttering there where the instant where Ayrton is then, and you can see that. And we also have a 2-stop predictive strategy as well then. Unfortunately, Ayrton is the first retirement then in this race, and what a shame now for Ayrton then. And the yellow flags have been cleared. Then we've got 18 cars left, and out of the 19 that started then. Lights is still leading at the moment, and Lights is looking very strong at this stage of proceedings, isn't he? He's looking fantastic, isn't he, out there? Lights lead. Second is Milan. Third position is Mumford. Fourth position is Emerson. There is Emerson didn't have a very good qualifying, but my goodness me, in the race too well. Both Renault teams are looking good, aren't they? Both Renault and the Alfa Romeos, and Curly Red, so the fast lap of the race there. Good stuff indeed there. We've also got Gunnar and Farfar fighting away, and Sam has also set the fast lap of the race as well. Lovely stuff indeed there for Sam. And oh goodness me, that's look at that lockup there for Energetics. I love these lockups. That's brilliant, isn't it? And we got yellow flag. That's one of the Williams cars. It's Curly Red. Curly Red who's just set the fast lap of the race. It's out of the race, and that's 2 retirements on lap 3 then. It's a very tricky circuit, isn't it? Another virtual safety car. It's a tough old circuit, this one is, isn't it? I remember these guys are still learning, aren't they? They're still learning about, they're still honing their craft around here. They do not know what the full strategy option is yet. They also do not know, of course, what is the best racing line around here either just yet. Then, and you can see, look at the Dutch fans there. Of course, they're going to be going crazy in 2021, of course, when Formula 1 does a race around here eventually then. And looking forward to that one indeed, aren't we? And drive-through penalty for Farfar and speeding on the safety car. We're back racing once again. Then Lights is he's done a really good job of actually managing that start. Lovely stuff indeed. That coming around the bank corner once again. Then Mumford is in third position. He's got some pace, hasn't he, on Mumford at the moment. Then here comes Marks Mello. Then he's coming around. Energetics there is defending. He's in the pits. Energetics. We also got to take I think we've got one of the AlphaTauris in as well. Then and Marks Mello is now going to do 7th position as well. Farf is in 8th position. Gunnar must have been the man to come in the pits. Then Sam is now back up in the 10th position. Then so Sam is really strong around here, isn't he? Now FIFA Beefy is FIFA is under a lot of pressure, isn't he, from the Mercedes man then, as we come into the bank, left-hander I should say, then accelerating them out there. Sam getting very squirrely, isn't he, as he comes over the crest of the hill as well. Lovely stuff indeed then, as Vitor is saying, Young Lights has done his homework. Young Lights is very quick around here, isn't he? He's doing a fantastic job on Young Lights, and we're talking about the when we get going properly in Australia, Young Lights has to be in the conversation. So does Mumford, and what about the debutant Mulan as well? Brilliant stuff indeed. Then we've got Emerson, of course, course, then we have the old guard like Emerson Granty, and I'm also putting Farf in there as well. Of course, I'm putting a cheeky bet on Farf, and maybe Dan Murphy as well. Then you can't also count out Dan. Then is Dan is also doing some homework as well on this game and how everything is behaving. So Young Lights there is looking in good control. It's in firm control at the moment, isn't he? Sam in FIFA Beefy is still battling away. Milan is set the fast on the race, and he is now starting to really starting to put the hammer down, isn't he? Comes out of the final turn as well, and then here we go. Then Sam then coming out to the line. You got DRS. You got two cars with DRS, and Farf is in the pits. And now as you can see, then they're coming down into turn one. Then Sam just trying to stick up the inside there, but nothing too close so far. Then Camera is on to 10th position now. He's in the points then. Lovely 17th. There's no points being awarded today then. This is all about a finding session. This is a test session, isn't it, so to speak there. A test racing sim, isn't it? Albeit a lot more intense than the Formula 1 testing simulators that they do on Friday practice, isn't it? Or racing sim. Oh, it's Sam there. As Murphy has retired from the race then, as he was really struggling there. I think he got caught up in some kind of issues right at the beginning there, didn't he? So the McLaren out as well. We've got 3 retirements in this race already then. That 5 out of 36 there. FIFA Beefy there is still under a lot of pressure. Emerson is now starting to really pick up the pace as well on the back of his former teammate Mumford. So Mumford there, I wonder how he's going to do this season in terms of fighting at the front end. Of course, this is the first time that Mumford will be fighting right up there, won't he? So it'd be very interesting to see what he can do then. As Murphy has left the session then, and now Emerson is now up the inside. He passes Mumford. Lovely stuff indeed there. The McLaren there is pulled off then as Dan is out of this race as well. We got Marshmallow then in the pits, and Knowlesy's in the pits right on the hard tires that Knowlesy is then. So in the pink Panther, the pink Mercedes, isn't it? It's Renault. Lodged the complaint, haven't they, on the racing point, hasn't he? Of course, the final season had to be racing point before they become the Aston Martin team as well. Because look at this then. And Cameron racing there, forcing Knowlesy off the track. Then Farf is gone. It's all good day for the admins out there, is it? And then now Farf is also out of the race. Well, they've got no virtual safety car as well. Then it's we've got to say there's a lot of virtual safety cars, and I thought Milan went to the back of Lights Out. It's really interesting, isn't it? How this race is going about, isn't it? And of course, there's a lot of virtual safety cars. It's really upsetting the flow of this race, so to speak, as we're down to 15 cars then of this race. And remember, we are expecting when it comes to the league racing on that Sunday, there won't be a lot of drivers that won't be giving up so much, will they? Of course, there's a lot on to offer at the moment. As Sam has got a 5-second penalty there in 7th position. Sam is, I've got to say, Sam might be another man who'll be who might be also a man to watch there. I've got to say, all the 20 drivers there on Sunday, Monday and Tuesday, you can't count any of them out, can you? Drive-through penalty for speeding on the virtual safety car. Camaral did there. That's unfortunate. Sam is through. He's passed. FIFA Beefy's going to go on the outside. Sam there just going wide there, just really trying to break off the momentum there. But FIFA Beefy's back coming under. He is back through. Lovely 17th, and Energetics is in the pits then. And for some reason I'm scratching my headset when I should be scratching my head. And now then is Sam there coming out of the bank curb as well, and he is now gaining on him as well. Back on board with Sam. I've got to say that this is the closest ball on track, but you've got to keep an eye on the front as well between Milan and Lights there. Of course, there is really interesting stuff indeed, isn't it? Of course, this is one of the 2 new circuits of the Formula 1 2020 calendar, isn't it? And it is both circuits are tough, aren't they, in their own right? I really like the circuit, though. It's a fantastic circuit, isn't it? Granty is all over the back of Mike, isn't he? As Granty is now starting to try and get himself back through the field. He's on the hard tyres. So is on the hard tyres Energetics as well. Nosy also on the hard tyres. Everyone else on the medium or soft compound tyre at this moment in time then. I think that was getting a bit squirrely there. Look who's in the background. That's Marshmallow then, who is also catching onto the back of this battle here as well. Sam is getting a bit untidy there, isn't he? Yellow flag there. Who's that? That's Energetics there. He's really struggling, Energetics, isn't he, in this race there? I wonder if it's just about getting used to the track there. Camaral has got a spin in the pit, then Granty, the champion there, is gaining on Mike there. He's up the inside. He passes Mike. Mike was very quick, wasn't he, in qualifying, but it's not gone too well in the race then. And now then Mike, it's Granty there, just chopping off the nose cone of the McLaren then. And he is through indeed. They're back with this battle here. It's kind of a free car battle, and FIFA Beef Beefy there doing a cracking job there of defending that position there, isn't he? And so good stuff indeed there from FIFA Beefy. Of course, we'll be driving in the Silver League next season, won't he, FIFA Beefy? Well, he took a couple of races out toward in the midway through last season, didn't he, when he was in the Ferrari before being drafted into the Alfa Romeo. So yeah, FIFA Beefy there is have a season under his belt then to say he now knows his competitors in Silver. So I'm looking forward to Silver season 2. It's anyone's ball game, I feel, who's going to be winning that championship, isn't it? Good stuff indeed. And the same with Bronze, and I would also say the same for Gold as well. The first of the front runners in the pits then is Milan going for the undercut, I believe, then. So he's in and out, shake it all about then. Good stuff indeed there from Milan. Is he going to get out in front of FIFA Beefy? There's a 20-second deficit between FIFA Beefy and Sam. I thought it was coming in the pit set. It was Milan coming out of the pits. He is already out of the pit set. He's passed through turn 1 as the pit exit is out in front, just out of the apex there of turn 1. Then lovely stuff indeed then. And as I'm just checking to make sure that I haven't said anything untoward, and I think I've been okay so far. And even though I'm wondering what Dan Murphy has actually tagged me in, then I dread to think. Back on board then with Marks Mello here, and I got to say that's probably one of the best gamer tags you'll ever see. Then, and now Sam is just in front of us as well. I also appreciate Sam's gamer tag as well. It's a fantastic gamer tag, really good stuff indeed. Sam is, I've got to say, Sam is looking very strong this season in this game so far, isn't he? Really is. And of course. This will be his first season for ALR now. Sam, of course, he made his debut as Energetics is out of the race. Well, he is parted up in the pits. Really struggling, Energetics is. He got through in the qualifying 3 there, didn't he? But he had a couple of runs there, didn't he? Marks Mello has just got a 30-second penalty there for corner cutting. But as into the pits comes Sean Hammers as well. Energetics has left the session. We're down to 14 cars in this race then. And then, of course, we've had no full safety cars, have we? Sean Hammers is back in the pits, and well, no, it's the first time he's in the pits as well. Marks Mello then is really gained on Sam as well. Sam is gone slightly defensive, not too defensive, though, and he is on the outside. Marks Mello is through past the Mercedes, and is now up into 6th position there. Good stuff indeed. Whereas as Nolte comes out in 8th position there, because Sean Hammers out in 9th position. Gunnar is now got the champion for company, of course. Granted, the 2019 season 2 and 3 world champion there, isn't he? Formula 1 2019 was all about Granty. What about 2020? Is it going to be a change in the guard there, or is was the old rivals of Emerson and Granty who really dominated that Formula 1 2019? That's a Ferrari off in the foreground. Gunnar has gone wide there. Granty is through, passes him, moves up into 10th position there. So Granty also making a recovery drive as well then. As now we're coming under the second part of the course here as well then. The battle of the front end. Young Lights has now got a 5-second deficit. He's really pulling out there. Mumford is now all of a sudden all over the back of his former teammate Emerson. Emerson is struggling at this stage of proceedings. We've got Sam who's out of the race. Sam is out of the race. He is gone. Oh, he's in the barrier there. Milan has set the fast out of the race as well. Got no virtual safety cars. Everyone going to roll the dice then. And yes, we have FIFA Beefy who is rolling the dice. The man who he was battling with is unfortunately taking time out, and he is out of the race as well. He's on the hard tires, and I'm loving this. He's You can tell that the drivers are not exactly sure what is the best strategy. We've got a mixture of hard tyres out there. We've got a mixture of medium tyres out there as well. You can see Milano is battling for the lead there. He's on the medium tyres, isn't he? Nolte is on the hard tyres, going for the long one here. Grant's also on the hard tyres as well, on board there with Gunnar. So virtual safety car, they have to adhere to the delta then. Hammers in the pits well. Mistaken. Fair also in the pits there, and here comes a Camaro racer also in the pits there, and away he goes. And Lights is leading, and it's a Renault 1-2 at the moment. Lovely somebody. Sean Hammers has got a drive. Oh goodness me! I think there's a bit of race rest going on here, isn't there? As we've got a couple of cars. A couple of cars and it's really having some issues with the drive propellers as well. Sam has just asked, does this game work then? They made it to try and rig your race then from Nunda then, and now we're coming up to the line as well, and unfortunately Sam out of the race, but Sam has some pace, hasn't he? He was in that in the first opening couple of laps and he was fantastic. Yellow flag, that's a Haas. Morris Mellor then has had some issues in the Haas, and he is just recovering now. And Sean Hammers there is now through and up into 10th position, and there's a Morris Mellor then who just come out of the pits. Well, Hammers there really hammering on the brakes, isn't he? Goodness me then. And it looks like it's a wallop, and then Sam hit the wall. He reversed, and then his wheel came off, which is very interesting, isn't it? Mike is up the inside of Gunnar. Oh, that gap was going to close out. Gunnar gives him just about a racing car whip there. Lovely stuff indeed then from Gunnar. As Sean Hammers has got a 5-second penalty for speeding the pits. Hammers is out of the race then. Yellow flag in 3, and it is Hammers then who's called it a day. We're on lap 12 out of 36 then. We're not going to have many runners left in this race, are we? Goodness me then. They're all falling by the wayside at the moment, isn't it? As we're on board there with Mike, then Gunnar is just in front of us at the moment, isn't he? Gunnar there, who is defending at 7th position. He's on the soft tyres. He's 11 laps on the soft tyres, as has the leader as well. So he's Gunnar running wide there, going over the curbs there, isn't he? And Mike is now trying to strike us on. Lights has had a speeding penalty. He's speeding in the pits there. Lights is at the moment there. And we've got both Renaults there. Both Renaults are in the pits then. Is it going to be too much? Let's see if there's a delay. And it looks like there's a slight delay there for Emerson. He might have lost a second there, but I think that overall might not have been too costly then. He might have judged that to perfection then. Young has got a 5-second penalty, whilst Milan there is also, we got a yellow flag again then at the back of the circuit, and it's one of the Ferraris, I think. And so Young Lights has got a 5-second penalty there for speeding in the pits. It needs to make hay while sunshine. It's got 3 laps of younger tyres, and hasn't it? We've got FIFA Beefy also in 7th position. Then we got Gunnar there, who's changing the tyres, and he's on the hard tyres there for the AlphaTauri. We got Mike also changing the nose cone on the McLaren then, so that's going to be an extra 5 seconds added to his pit stop time then. Back at the front then, of course, then it is still this battle between Lights and Milan. Then good stuff indeed there. As Noon there is probably not helping Sam releases. He's just sending laughing emojis as what happened to Sam. And Sam's really, they fell off the wagon, didn't they, so to speak? Milan leads them, but I think Lights at the moment, has he got more pace though than Milan? Then we're going to find out then. Mumford, I feel, is being held up by Emerson, but Emerson is thrown on the hard compound tyre at this stage of proceedings. So I think Emerson now is going for the long one, isn't he? So Granty and Knowles as well, they're also on the hard tyres, and they are really now starting to climb up the order. Lap 14 out of 36 ends. We are coming up to half distance, there or thereabouts. I feel I'm a couple laps away actually, but Milan leads there. The debutant, remember, he's making his first racing appearance there in his first racing appearance in the in ALR in gold there in a couple of days' time then in Australia then, so really look forward to see what he can do there. Lights is in second position at the moment there, as of course there he is really showing some pace on this game at the moment, isn't he? Third position is Emerson, of course, the man who was runner-up in the last 2 seasons. Is this going to be his season? That is the question, isn't it? In a fourth position we have Mumford has really shown some incredible pace, hasn't he, this season? He's been fantastic, he really has. In the pre-season events, he's been absolutely faboo. He really has. Fifth position there is Knowlesy at the moment. Knowlesy, who's just come in the pits there, changed those tyres and gone to the hard tyres until the end of the race, by the looks at. So Knowles there is definitely very much going for the long game. Granted, the champion in 7th position as well. FIFA Beefy is in 7th position there. Gunnar 8th, Mistaken Youth in 9th position, and 10th position is Mike then. Just behind him is Camaro Racer and Mark Mello as well as 12th position then. Retirements, Sean Hammer's there out after retiring in the pits, and Sam out of the race after basically his wheel fell off. 13th position is Energetics there. He also retired in the pits and after a miserable opening a couple of laps, and same with Farf and Murphy as well. Curly Red there, I think retired just there, and Ayrton also retired in the gravel trap as well. Those are retirements so far, and even at half distance yet, so it's pretty brutal so far, isn't it? Sean Hammers 2 drive-through penalties for nothing, gave up in the end then. So Sean Hammers there, unfortunately, getting a drive-through penalties there. So I'm wondering, because it flashed up on our screen, I think, for speeding in a safety car. So I'm wondering then if it wasn't if that might have been a glitch then. So hopefully that needs to get patched really quite pronto, really, because that's a major problem, isn't it? To say the least then. Lights then had a bit of a scrappy last lap, didn't he? Lovely shot here once again then. But now he's starting to find his feet. Mumford is still battling with Emerson. Emerson is now almost 10 seconds down the road from this battle here at the moment. Really is a change of the guard, isn't it, so far in this pre-season event? But don't take all this as a factor, because potentially as Milan's in the pits and only done 6 laps on the tire, he's retired from the race then. As Milan's retired from the race, and I'm wondering then if he's had to pop off somewhere. But I'm wondering then he might have also actually Mumford's on the outside. He's gone on the outside, his teammates out of the race there, but Mumford is going on the outside. Emerson there is basically held his line there, hasn't he? He's not going to let him through there, is he? Emerson there, of course, he's on the hard tires. He needs to ride out this storm there because the medium tires are the tires to go on at the moment there, isn't he? So Milan's left the session then, but I wonder if he has found all he needs to find out about this game then, and he might be now ready for the Australian Grand Prix coming up in a couple of days' time then. Really good stuff indeed then. So at the moment, Young Light says it's got a 5-second penalty, but even with that, he is very much not being challenged out there at the moment. But remember, Emerson is on a different tyre strategy at the moment, and he is almost 10 seconds away from Young Lights, and he's also got Mumford behind him as well then. Of course, remember, these two used to be teammates last season, didn't they? And really, Mumford is really, he's been so much quicker, hasn't he, on this game there. Pre-season has been very good for Mumford. I remember last night in Australia as well, it's not just one track, is it, for Mumford? He was quick in Australia, wasn't he? So, yeah, and those two are completely different circuits, isn't it, from Netherlands to Australia. So Mumford might be a all-rounded driver this season, so looking forward to that one as well. Mistaken Youth is all over the back of the Irishman Gunnar at the moment. Gunnar is in the AlphaTauri. Oh, it's a Mistaken Youth having to correct the car there, isn't he, as the back end was wagging like a tail there. He had to correct the car, and also that has lost him a lot of momentum there, hasn't it? So he's got to get onto the back of Gunnar again. He's still in the DRS there at the moment now. 11 cars remain then. Lap 17 hours 36 then is we are coming up to half distance around about now, everyone. We have still got a long way to go in this race as well, so it's not done and dusted just yet, is it? Really is it? But we'll find out to see what happens there in the second half of the race. So do not go anywhere, folks. As I had a comment there saying about me swearing much, and I think that's an old video actually, so I'm trying to work out, because I don't think I've sworn in this one, have I? I might have sworn at the beginning then as I was in my banter mode. But now it's proper business end there, isn't it? Camaro Racer is now on the back of Marshmallow as well. Marshmallow is on the soft tyres, but he's really showing them on, isn't he? Also, Mistaken Youth is now giving Gunnar a bit of a squeeze as well in 7th and 8th position as they come round the final corner. Emerson there is trying to shake off Mumford. Mumford's doing a brilliant job, isn't he? Fantastic stuff so far. And Mumford has really been the standout star, hasn't he, of 2020. But of course, the real action does not begin. As I keep stating, this is just pre-season, of course. We are going to be We are just preparing. Oh, it's a Gunnar there. As we just had a bit of a nerf there. Up his diffuser from Mistaken Youth then. As he is now right on the back. Gunnar might have to start to think about the fending, isn't it? It's not a very long pit straight, is it? Oh, but he might not need the straight there. Gunnar's gone wide, and now Mistaken Youth is at the inside there. Gunnar's dropped down a pull wheel on the grass, on the gravel, lost the momentum, and knows he's got a 3-second penalty. That's his first penalty there in halfway through this race. Gunnar made a mistake there, and that allowed Youth to go through and up into a fantastic 7th position there. So good stuff there from Youth, and he was nearly back, wasn't he, at the grid up until in qualifying, but in the race now he's doing a much better job out there, isn't he? Lovely stuff indeed. Then back on board then with Mumford. Then I gotta say, big props to this young man at the moment. He's doing a fantastic job. Emerson there just trimming the grass there, isn't he? Now that's all that Mumford needs. This next to this, Mumford is gaining. Emerson's on the inside, so Mumford's on the outside. Emerson there just showing the rear wheel, but Mumford's gonna go for that. Oh, he put on the loud pedal there, didn't he? And then was getting a very squirrely, wasn't it, on the rear end. Then Mumford is trying to keep the pressure on. Honestly, Emerson has been in this position many times before. If anyone remembers Canada Season 2, where Nosey was hunting him down the second half of the race there in Canada, wasn't it? A full wet race, wasn't it, in that Canadian Grand Prix? And got a yellow flag there as one of the who's that? It's Gunnar's off the track there, and Camaro Racing there is Gunnar there also not liking the Rolex there, and oh dear, and his wheels falling off as well then, so that's unfortunately the wheels have fallen off the wagon there. Safety car, and so Gunnar there, he's usually the man with the plan, isn't he? He always calls the safety car Gunnar, and he's keeping on that record, isn't he? I don't think he calls safety car in Japan though of the Japanese Grand Prix, but unfortunately Gunnar out of the race then, where we have now got, well, we started with 19 cars, we're down to 10 at the moment. It's Young Knight's going to roll the dice and come to the pits, and he has to serve a 5-second penalty. I wonder if he's going to do it now. He is doing it now, so he's in the pits then. Is Emerson going to come in the pits then? It's going to be very interesting stuff, isn't it? Because Emerson is on the hard tires. We weren't expecting Emerson in for a very long time, were we? And there is the 5-second penalty. So Light said he's done a very good job here, hasn't he? So he's basically got no penalty at all. Then he's on the medium tire once again then. And And look at this, there's a problem there. Look at this, and then that is that 5-second penalty. It's really caused them. As oh no, we've had a problem there. As Hammers is left possession there, Lights is out, and we've got Mumford out as well. So where is Emerson? Emerson is only just coming out, and that's an appalling pit stop there for Emerson. Granty is also the pit stop, and so this safety car has really brought into play, hasn't it? Drivers have had a very difficult opening couple of laps here, then, so that just shows that you should never give up. Unfortunately, that penalty was more of a penalty for Young Lights' teammate than Emerson, wasn't it? Unfortunately, Young Lights got a 5-second penalty, and that really cost them. Emerson second in this race at the moment. There's 16 laps to go in this race. Emerson is second, and Knowles is out the third position. Granty in the fourth position. FIFA Beefy is now in seventh position because Mike has just gone on the outside. He is through and in sixth position. Mike hasn't come to the pits, and Mistaken Youth has, and so is Mark Mello as well. And a Camaro Racer is also been in the pits as well. And so no change then in terms of the grid, apart from the fact that we have Mumford in front of Emerson as well. After that, as I said, that penalty really hurt Emerson more than Young Lights, didn't it? So I was a bit unfortunate, really. That was like no penalty at all there for Young Lights. But he's doing a fantastic job, isn't he? Young Lights, he's doing a cracker of a job. He is currently leading this race then. And now he's got no penalty. He has served that penalty. And now it's who's going to win on track. And Knowles has bowed his way back in the fourth position there. Granty in fifth position as well. And you can never keep Grant down, can you? He is in fifth position there. Mike in sixth position there. 2 Red Bulls, 7th and 8th. And that is Beefy and Youth there. 7th and 8th position there. Mark Mello is in 9th position. And Camaro Racer is in 10th position there. Retirement, we've lost Gunnar. He is, of course, a safety car. We have lost Milan, who exited stage left. Unfortunately, I think the team might have needed something there. Might have needed to do something there. Sean Hammer's out of the race as well. As we heard there, he had drive-through penalties for nothing at all there. Sammy also out of the race as well. His wheel fell off. Energetics out of the race then in a 15th position there. Farf, Dan Murphy, Curly Red and Ayrton all out of the Dutch Grand Prix so far. Bert Mylander is out at the moment. Young Lights is leading then as Nunda said, this track has claimed so many victims. It really has, hasn't it? As we see the yellow flag right in front of us there. As Sam was saying, this game is rigged up. Patches will be needed ASAP. We've also got Grant saying Gunnar safety car magic there. Yeah, I was just saying that as well. So Gunnar just in every race, Gunnar seems to cause some kind of safety car, doesn't he? I think Gunnar just really likes to put Bert Mylander to work. And obviously Gunnar feels that Bert Mylander is not doing enough bang for his buck, is he? Right, 21 then. So I'm expecting the safety car. Hopefully the safety car will be in at the end of the next lap then. On board with Young Lights. Well, of course, Young Lights will be driving the Red Bull next season. Oh! Emerson has had a problem there. He's gone into the back of Mumford as he damaged the car. Well, he's certainly got a 5-second penalty. This safety car period has really worked against Emerson. He's damaged the end play as well. I wonder if he's going to have to come in the pits. And I think for Emerson's sake, oh no, it's not in the safety car. He's in this happening. And Emerson, their wing damage around here is going to be absolutely, it's absolutely going to be absolutely horrific for Emerson here, isn't it? Young Lights is just controlling the pace. And when's he going to drop the hammer? It is almost a flat out final turn, isn't it? It is a flat out final turn, really, isn't it? So Lights has got to be very much on the money here, isn't he? When is he going to go? When's he going to go? When's he going to go? He is not going. He is going. When's he? He's gone. Now we're back racing then. And there's a big gap there, isn't it? Oh no, I think that's actually the field, isn't it? It is the field. And look at him. He's going on the inside. Mumford there left the door open. But that turn when they're so invited. But Mumford did a great job to run. Pow! Oh my goodness me. Granty is now over the fourth position there. Up the inside. Wow, look at that. That's free abreast. My goodness me then. As they now come over the crest of the hill once again. Mumford is under a lot of pressure, and this is helping Lights pull away, isn't it? Oh my goodness, we have two before Mercedes and cars go to FIFA's out of the race, and he's a big crash. Oh my goodness gracious me! Emerson is in the wall. Mumford is in the wall as well. Mumford has gone off the two Mercedes cars. The two former Mercedes cars have come to blows, and they are both out. And FIFA Beefy out as well, and so is Mark Spell as well. That they've all cut the blows then in in this part of the race, said, hasn't it? And oh dear, and unfortunately Mumford's incredible race has come to a bitter end then in the Alfa Romeo then, and that is a shame, isn't it, to say the least. We're down to 6 cars in this race then, and I gotta say that this race is going to be fantastic, isn't it, in the actual league format. My goodness me, Grant is back up in the 2nd position, Knowles is in 3rd position, Mike 4th, Mistaken You 5th, and 6th position is Camera Racing as he's going on the outside. That's a fantastic maneuver. Mistaken You has absolutely driven on the outside of Mike. Oh my goodness me, what a move for Mistaken You. Fantastic stuff indeed there, and he is having the 4th position. That is a brilliant stuff there. Wow. And as unfortunately Mumford has left the session now, I think he's going to be absolutely distraught there, isn't he? Mistaken You on the outside of Mike. That was a spectacular maneuver there from Mistaken You. My goodness me, he was fantastic, isn't he? He's on the soft tyres and Mike is on the hard tyres, so of course we've got to keep that in mind, but still that's top line bravery once again though, isn't it? Really good stuff indeed there from Mistaken You Fed. Lap 23 out of 36. Young Lights has really, I've got to say, Young Lights has been incredible in this race, hasn't he? Apart from that 5-second penalty there for speeding in the pits, I think it was, he has really had this race very much in control, hasn't he? Unfortunately, Emerson and Mumford, they're coming to blows. I think FIFA and Morris Miller's also coming to blows as well. Lights set the fast out of the race, 11.449 so far then. Granty is trying to keep up with him. DRS has been enabled then with the final 12 laps to go of this race then. Absolutely spectacular stuff indeed then. And now Granty there is trying to chase him down as hard as he can. Knowlesy is keeping up with Granty at the moment, isn't he? Of course, Knowlesy, as Morris Miller has also left the session as well. And we've not got many cars left. Mistaken Youth is really putting the hammer down. And look in the background, there's Mike and also Camera Racing as well. When we come to this race, I do not expect there to be this many retirements. Well, I don't think so anyway. But we'll also say the same for Vietnam as well. I do expect there to be a high attrition rate, but I don't expect there to be less than 6 cars. Well, I hope not anyway. Grant, and look at this then, as they're all starting to concertina now, as Granty is becoming the cork in the bottle, so to speak, isn't he? They're all in DRS range at the moment then. As Noonda saying, no one is safe even with the safety cars. It's a difficult track, isn't it, to say the least, around here. It feels like it, doesn't it, with the amount of retirements in this session so far. My goodness me, that Hammer saying great commentary as always, Sean. Thank you, Sean. Really appreciate the feedback, guys. Fantastic stuff indeed there. And we've also got V Todd saying, damn, 6 cars there. And he's speechless as well. I gotta say, it's been a very tough old race, hasn't it? Really has then. So what is this learn for us then? Because basically we're here about learning. Oh my goodness me, Mistaken You Ferris getting very oh goodness me, he's wagging the tail of that Red Bull, isn't he? So what we're here to learn here tonight, isn't it? It's about seeing the form and for things like that. Wow, judging from this, Young Lights is formidable, isn't he? My goodness me. Remember, we cannot judge it on one track, of course, then, but Young Lights is looking phenomenal around Holland, isn't he? Very good stuff indeed. Remember, he had pole position in Italy last season, and I think he finished the final championship was in 7th position, I believe. He had a good run, didn't he, in the championship last season? Young Lights did. So I'm expecting him to be a lot harder. Because remember, after Australia last season, or just before Australia, I should say, onwards, he was absolutely brilliant, wasn't he? Young Lights was. So I feel that this season he's going to be, if he's there very much from the get go, then you expect Young Lights to be very much in the conversation as well. What about Granty? Well, Granty had a very difficult start to the race, didn't he? But he's clawed his way back up to second. And standard stuff really for Granty, isn't it? He's very much a better racer than he is qualifier. Really good stuff indeed there from the champion Granty. But qualifying has not been Granty's strongest suit, has it? But there's still, nonetheless, he's doing a good job though, isn't he? So expect Granty to be there or thereabouts once again. And Knowlesy, well, we might have to ignore Knowlesy for now, but very interesting stuff indeed there from Knowlesy. On board with Mistaken You Fan, and I've got to be honest, I'm not sure he's in the Red Bull. I'm not sure what car Mistaken Youth is in going forward. Unless I think he might have had his PSN changed. If it might be like a racer actually, but I'm not sure. But then again, that's just a very much finger in the air kind of thing. We'll come back to Mistaken Youth a bit later on. As you can see, I've done my research as always. Mike then was looking very strong qualifying. What's it? 090909 in Q1, Q2, and Q3. Very consistent, isn't he? And stayed in this race as well nicely. So I think Mike, of course, kept it cautious, didn't he? In the couple of races in bronze last season. This season is very much we're going to see a proper go as well. The camera racer there, of course, he'll be making his bow as well, won't he? And I've got to say that he's at the back of the pack, so to speak, at the moment then. But I would say that it is about survival in some races. And this one, and like Monaco, for example, so that could potentially be very interesting as well then going forward. We've got Payne saying, hello Payne, hope you're well. What about, and of course, Mumford then. Mumford, as we've spoke about Mumford a lot in these pre-season races, he just needs to get to the finish, doesn't he? He has the speed there this season. He just needs to, of course, Australia was a mistake here today. Him and Emerson came to blows, didn't they? Unfortunately, as they were battling battling hard, weren't they? Emerson is looking quite strong, isn't he, so far? So it'll be interesting to see what he can do going forward for Emerson. But yeah, he is very much in the conversation as well. So yeah, looking at FIFA Beef, of course, going into silver next season as well. Sam was there for session. Unfortunately, of course, he was out quite a long time ago. Going FIFA Beefy next season as well. Of course, he had a very strong result in Brazil, didn't he? I think he finished second that day, didn't he? And the FIFA Beefy then is it's looking good so far. Mark Miller, another debutant as well. Looking forward to seeing what he can do in his first proper league race. Mark Miller, and he has had a couple of incidents in this race as well. So it's all about getting used to this track. And so remember, a lot of these races are still getting used to this Zandvoort track. It's a very difficult one indeed, isn't it? We'll soon find out though, won't we? How these guys going to do going into Melbourne as well. Gunnar, I got to say, looked quite strong in the race till he brought out the safety car, which I got to say is a special trait, isn't it, for Gunnar? But yeah, he's looking very strong. He's looking very strong, isn't he, Gunnar, this season? And remember, he started off bronze very well indeed last season, didn't he? Gold, he had a couple of issues, didn't he, in gold then, and then he went converted to bronze and really started strong in the Ferrari. That's I think he's in the Red Bull, isn't he? Going forward for the bronze there. Milan there, debutant for gold as well. I'm looking forward to seeing what that man could do. Like tonight, he's been very good indeed, hasn't he, Milan has? So Alfa Romeo got a fantastic strong lineup. They really have. Sean Hammers there, really. I got to say, Sean Hammers was throwing the car around. Oh, is that nosy there, getting on the power too much there? And Grant, he has been released, hasn't he? So Nose has got to do all that hard work all over again, unfortunately, there for the Racing Point driver as well. Sean was really throwing the car around in the Ferrari, wasn't he? Of course, he had some very strong results last season. He was very Mr. Consistent, wasn't he? Sean Hammers was looking forward to seeing what he could do in bronze this season as well. Sam there, I got to say, he's quicker than last season, isn't he? Very much so. The question is, for Sam, then can he keep it to the end as well? So unfortunately, but his wheel did fall off today, so it was more of a glitch rather than anything else. Energetics might be a bit concerned about his pace at this stage. Again, you cannot take too much out of pre-season, can we? Of course, we have had that problem in the past where you think Ferrari have been looking formidable, and they really haven't, have they? But so, of course, we cannot take too much out of this, can we? Farfed Australia in yesterday's race was very strong indeed, wasn't it? So, I think Farfed didn't really get a fair bite of the cherry. Dan Murphy, I got to say, we didn't see much of Dan, did we? So we can't really take too much. We can't really take too many judgments from Dan's form this season. He's a man that keeps his cards close to his chest, doesn't he? Curly Red was very adventurous, wasn't he? And I think it was in qualifying, wasn't it? And he had an incredible opening couple of laps, so unfortunately he's out. And Ayrton as well. Ayrton was he looked decent enough in Australia. I think he's improved from last season as well. Unfortunately, we didn't see much of Ayrton either. But yeah, that is the whole grid. Then we're on lap 30 out of 36. Then as Knowlesy is once again homing in on ground T. And I've got to say, from a selfish point of view, I'd love to see Knowlesy in the old. On the old gold grid sometime soon, isn't he? Because I got to say, he's looking very strong, isn't he? Knowles is, of course, a retired ALR driver. He is driven in every single season of ALR, hasn't he? He had only one appearance in Spain last season for gold, didn't he? But his Grant, he's gone white there, and Knowles is really putting the pressure on the champion, isn't he? And from a selfish point of view, I'd love to see Knowles in a car in gold, silver, or bronze there, because he's very much looking very strong on this this game, isn't he? And really causing our champion some grief in that Williams, isn't he? Lights is 5.3 seconds away at the moment now, and he is walking away from this race once again. Lights is looking phenomenal on this race course. We've got LH44. Shalom, LH. Hope you're having a lovely day indeed. We've also got Bailey Smith saying, Nosey, 5 second overtake, 5 seconds, turn 2 single press out of the final corner then. And of course, what Bailey is talking about there is, of course, you now have a overtake button, don't you? So the ERS has been revitalized, hasn't it? A fresh look at the ERS system. Sorry, just catching my breath then. Yeah, so there's only 3 stages of the ERS now, isn't it? Of course, you got the qualifying mode, which is only used in the qualifying, and then you got the overtake, which is the push the past system, which is like on the champ cars or the Indy cars. I should say that. Gosh, champ cars, that was quite a long time ago, wasn't it? It's also got 3-second penalty there. Goodness me, was that over track limits there? That was very close, wasn't it? I'm not sure if that was over track limits. Let's just luckily the stream is quite far behind from what I'm looking at. Well, he was he was inches away over the white line there, wasn't he? So goodness gracious me, then he was very close, wasn't he? But yeah, unfortunately that is it's like Austria as well, isn't it? Even though, albeit there, you have to be fully off the curb there, don't you? Lights is now almost 6 seconds in front, and this is the close battle track moment between Granty and Nosey. Now Nosey has got, and he's in the overtake then. Granty then hasn't got an answer then, and Granty is not in overtake then. As you can see then, there's a green bar. Now Nosey's up the inside, he passes the champion. Granty, of course, remember this is only pre-season, but Nosey is doing a fantastic job out there in the racing point. Really good stuff indeed there. He didn't even qualify, Nosey, and he's up into second position now. Fantastic stuff. I think he just won some driver of the day, doesn't he? Nosey does, and I've got to say, Lights might be my driver of the day. He's been fantastic, hasn't he? Of course, I think Nosey though is very impressive so far, hasn't he? Of course, we know when they're in the overtake because there is an orange bar on board ground. Now you see in front of us, that's an orange bar. That means he's not in overtake. When it goes green, that means he is in overtake. Then it has to be simple because even I understand it. Then so Granty dropping down the third position. I love the pink helmet as well, by the way, Granty. Lovely stuff indeed. V-Todd said Lights is still in silver, or is he gone to go then? Lights is in gold. Yes, he was in gold last season. I think he flirted in and out silver, didn't he? But Lights is definitely a gold driver, isn't he? And goodness me, he's definitely the gold standard tonight as well, isn't he? Fantastic stuff from Lights. Really good stuff indeed. Then there's Curly Red has left the session as well. It's good to see a lot of drivers still in this session actually. Fantastic stuff indeed. Then going on the grid hackers once again. Then and now Nosey. Then he is now let's see how much pace he's got. Then I know we're on lap 33 out of 36. Then so of course, then we still so I don't think Nosey will be able to eat into the lead of Lights too much, but it'd be interesting to see the comparison of pace there as well. Of course, Nosey is not officially on the gold grid, is he? I'm wondering if we might throw him down as a reserve though, because I would like to see Nosey battle out with Granty and Emerson and guys like that, because he has some pace on this game, doesn't he? Of course, so this but as I said before, this is a new track, isn't it? So all these guys are still learning. It depends on who's been doing what and the amount of lappage around here, isn't it? So it's very difficult to judge tonight about who's got what in their pocket and that kind of stuff indeed then. But it's very interesting, isn't it, to see what's going on in the 3 days of pre-season testing. The first time ever that ALR has been streaming the testing live, and isn't it? So it's really good stuff indeed then. To be honest, always Granty there has got on the loud pedal, and that is really going to help us take a new fair, really put him interest there, isn't he? And he's in DRS as well, and Granty there really pushing on, isn't he? Young Lights is still pulling away though, isn't it? Young Lights is fantastic, isn't he? He's brilliant. Young Lights is there. I can't think any more adjectives or whatever adverbs. I don't know. I failed English. Well, I passed English in the end, but I failed it like 5 times. But there you go then. As you can probably tell with some of the rubbish I come out with. Mistaken New Fair is, I think those soft tires are past their best now, aren't they? He is struggling to keep up with Granty. Granty is a very quick driver nonetheless as well. But let's see what Granty can do then. We're on board with Granty, and he is now chasing down Nosey as well. Nosey up into second position then. Lap 34 out of 36. And it's been a much calmer second half of the race, hasn't it, compared to the first set? And I think it's been a very successful test, hasn't it, here today? I think Sunday was a bit of a concern, wasn't it? With a lot of connection issues. We have heard Sam having some issues in this race as well, and we've also heard Sean Hammers as well with some dodgy penalty decisions as well. And then again, that might just be the FIA really, because we all know about some of their dodgy penalty decisions, don't we? But there we go then. Lap 35 out of 36, and 6 cars remain in this race then. Good stuff indeed, and this has definitely been a very difficult race, hasn't it? For a lot of drivers out there. A lot of drivers have parked as well, remember, so I think we only had 2 or 3 crashes, didn't we, in total, but so a lot of drivers did park it, so so we might not have as many retirements in the actual official ALR race, which is round 5, of course. We start off down under in Australia, don't we, coming up in a couple of days time, of course. That is where where's gold for gold then, gold for gold I should say then, on that Sunday as well, of course. So really looking forward to that, of course. Granty has been drawn in the same team as last season, hasn't he, in the Williams there, and I believe that Granty has all of Williams's wins so far in terms of stats there, so good stuff indeed there for Granty, really good stuff then. We got Knowlesy, who is as I said, he's not a driver there, but he's really, I gotta say, he's been really, been very good in this race, hasn't he? Light says 7.3 seconds in front of Knowlesy, Granty, and Mistaken Youth, and that is pretty impressive to say the least, isn't it? I'd like to find out who Mistaken Youth is. If anyone could tell me who he is, that'd be great. You know, if he might be a new driver, or he might be someone who's changed their gamer tag, then of course, which has always thrown me every now and again. As now Granty on the phone up there is really starting to push on this. He wants to get Knowlesy into a mistake then, but I gotta say, Knowlesy is looking strong on this 2020 game, isn't he? Really good stuff indeed. Then of course, Knowlesy has been a former champion in the past, hasn't he? So. Of course, not in the ALR league, but he definitely has been champion in another league, hasn't he? Up until this point, and so maybe 2020 we might get to see Knowlesy at his best, then, and hopefully we can see an ALR as well. So I'll be pushing. I would like to see Knowlesy there really on the grid then, perhaps. Then anyway, then, but we're just watching. We are just watching as I got a. Just got a Google Chrome notification there, which is very unusual. Let's just ignore that for now, shall we? Right, we're coming to the final stage of this race then, and I gotta say, Young Lights from start to finish has been absolutely impeccable, hasn't he? Really good stuff indeed. Then Milan is definitely giving him a run for his money, but Lights wins the third of the third day of pre-season of ALR. Good stuff indeed. Then Knowlesy might have a penalty. I've forgotten about that. Knowlesy is third in the end. Then Granty is second. No, then Mistaken Youth keeping it clean is second. Granty is third. Knowlesy is in fourth position. Mike there, 22 laps on those hard tyres. That's a good stint there from Mike there, and a great fifth position as well. Lovely stuff indeed there. And sixth position is a Camera Racing as well. Here's Lights there. He was from Lights Lights to flag. He was fantastic, wasn't he, for the Dutch Grand Prix? Really good stuff indeed. And driver of the day was Knowlesy there. Well, you can't really complain about that, can you? Of course, he was near the back, so yeah, you can't really disagree with that, can you? Too much then. Lights saying a great race, a great job there. It really was from Lights. I got to say, he was fantastic, wasn't he? Is this I reckon that he will be on course for his first ever win in ALR come the official season, and that's definitely good stuff from Young Lights. I've got to say, he's looking formidable, isn't he? Remember, he's beat Granty here today, and he's beat the Lights of Granty, the Lights of Emerson, wasn't he? And Milan there was giving him a good run for his money, wasn't he, in the early stages of this race as well. Lights saying unlucky Emerson. Mike saying P5, top bronze driver, and Mike also had a very long stint on those hard tyres as well. Lights and Mistaken Youth, good stuff indeed. No penalties at all in this 36 lap race. Good stuff indeed. Granty in third, Knowlesy in fourth, and Mike in fifth, and Camera Racing is in sixth position. Mumford and Emerson cutting the blows. So did Beefy and Mark did as well. Gunnar also brought the safety car, which also brought out the madness, didn't he? Milan in 12th position there. Milan, of course, called it a day there. Of course, he's on the pre-season testing. Of course, Hammers had issues there, and so did Sam. Sam's wheel fell off. Hammers had some problems there with the with the penalties. Energetics there very much off the pace there, wasn't he? Far from Dan Murphy also called a day quite early on. Curly Red out of the race, and Ayrton also out of the race as well. Then thank you for joining us. It's been a very good race indeed, and of course that is the third day of pre-season. Keep an eye out as we might do one more pre-season race, but who knows? What day is it? It's Tuesday, isn't it? That might be the end of it, but who knows? Then I'm not sure. But what we do know is on Sunday we will be racing in Australia down under them for the Australian Grand Prix there, which will be which is going to be fantastic, isn't it? Gold, silver and bronze then, 6:30 UK times.